Hello everyone, my name is Vaibhav and right now I am working on a designation of corporate trainer. I have my past experiences in data analysis, data visualization, data pipelining, that is the ETL pipelining over the cloud analytics. I have worked as a data engineer and I am also a Microsoft certified trainer. I have covered some of the certifications that is from different vendors like Microsoft and Google. I am Microsoft Azure Data Fundamentals, that is DP 900 certified. Then I am Azure Data Engineer certified for which is of associate level, that is DP 203, as well as I have cleared Azure Database Administrator, which is about DP 300, and that is all about the SQL infrastructure administration. So I'm certified with all three Microsoft certifications that I have cleared. Apart from this, I have also worked on some of the other courses like 2019 SQL infrastructure, SSIS, SSRS, SASS. I have worked on all the database engines or the multiple types of SQL Server instances that is available. Apart from this, working on the cloud analytics, I have a hands-on Azure Cloud Analytics as well as on GCP platform, and I am Google Cloud certified, that is GCP, as well as GSA, that is Google Associate certified. If you need, you can contact me on my LinkedIn that is provided here, as well as I will mention my email also in the description of this video. So if you need, you can contact me from there. So what I'm going to do in this entire playlist, or starting from today, what I'm going to do is basically that I'm covering this roadmaps. So at first I'm going to cover all the fundamentals that is required for data. Okay, whatever it is required, like what are the types of data, what is the important parameters that we should be aware about, what are the file delimiters. So all those fundamental things we are going to cover in the data fundamentals, right? So then after that we will be moving towards one of the designation, that is data analysis or business analyst. So what are the things that you need to basically do under data analysis or business analysis? So we will cover all those programming languages like SQL, basics of Python, Spark. We'll see all the ETL tools that is basically required in order to perform the data analysis as well as business analysis, right? So we are going to explore that, and at the end, for this entire data analysis designation, whatever cloud analytics part is required, that also we are going to cover. Okay, so once you are done with all these three things, the concepts of SQL, the ETL tools, as well as cloud analytics, so at that moment you can say that you are basically ready for the business analyst or data analyst role. Okay, apart from this, there are other roles also which we are going to see today, that we can either perform as a database administrator. These are multiple roles that is basically available in the domain of data. Like you can be a database administrator if you have a knowledge of SQL, the HTML, that is front-end interface, the back-end interfaces, that is Java. Then the connectivity can be either using SQL, that is connecting through MongoDB, it can be SQLite or anything, or it can be PHP as well. So if you are aware about all these technologies, you can be a database administrator. This is one of the opportunity that we have in the domain of data, right? So moving ahead, we have, as we have seen, for the role of data analyst and business analyst, you just need to require SQL. SQL, that is the core language for anything that you want to work in the domain of data. Then you need to be aware about the cloud analytics, the SAP data, just an overview of how the SAP data looks like and how you can basically perform the data cleaning on basis of the SAP tables or the SAP business tables. Then you should be aware about using Excel, because Excel is the master data analyst tool today also. Apart from all these, if you want to make your career long in the term of business analyst, you need to have a good knowledge of business process outsourcing, the multiple types of parameters, that is basically P2P, R2R, that is procure to payment, order to cash. So all those business processing terms you should be aware about in order to get the role of business analyst or the consultant in the B4 MNCs. Okay, big fours. So these are some of the technologies we should be aware about. Then moving ahead, the other role which we are having in the domain of data is about data visualization, which basically talks about the visualization of large data sets using the tools like Power BI, Tableaus or Looker. So these three are basically the tool. If you are aware about SQL, you must be aware about SQL as well. We can generate the entire dashboarding using the SAS over SQL Server as well, using the SAS services. Then if you are working on Power BI, you must be aware about DAX. DAX is just a language which is similar to SQL that is used in Power BI in order to create or manipulate the columns. So for manipulating the columns or doing multiple calculation, you need to have a knowledge of DAX. So we are going to cover that as well in the video. Okay, moving ahead, we have the role, you can opt for the role of data engineer. Data engineer is what? A complete package of all the whatever roles that can be performed in data are basically data engineer and the data scientist. These two are the ultimate roles that you are having. Okay, and you can see that we are covering the cloud analytics part, the data visualization part, that is Power BI, data pipelining, that is automating, scheduling the tasks, scheduling the jobs. All those things can be done if you are in the role of data engineer. The SQL queries, then the data modeling, how you can basically prepare the data. Then apart from all these, we have one tool named as Alteryx. That also we are going to cover in the upcoming videos, that how using Alteryx we can actually clean or manipulate the large data set. Large data set, I mean to say a data set near to 5 to 10 crores. So that data count we can easily manipulate using Alteryx data set. That we are going to see ahead in the videos. Okay, so I'm not making the video long, just going ahead with the next domain that you can basically choose as a data scientist. As I said, these two are the ultimate job domain that is present inside the domain of data. So you can opt as a cloud analytics, machine learning, data pipelining, SQL, deep learnings, artificial intelligence. So if I talk about the difference between a data engineer and a data scientist, so the thing is that if you are opting, if you are aware about the machine learning, deep learning, AI concepts, and you are keen to work on it, so you need to choose the role of data scientist rather than choosing the role of data engineers, right? So these are basically the job roles that you can opt for, and these are the options that you are having in terms of data, if I say. Okay, so we are going to use some of the tools, that is the sources definitely will be the videos that I'm going to make about each topic. But apart from that, we are going to use these three websites for our base sources, like to practice the queries or to practice anything like in related to SQL, because SQL itself is a very vast language and you need a lot of practice, and everywhere in the interviews you are going to face these questions that is coming from interview bit or HackerRank. So we need to practice these also. So I'm going to cover all these things in the upcoming videos. This is my exact roadmap that I'm going to follow for this entire playlist. You can access the entire playlist, and we'll continue with each videos very slowly, and I'm going to keep it very short and simple so that you can understand it easily. Okay, so thank you so much, and let's connect in the next video.